Hey there guys, aarava here, bringing you coverage of FormulaPlaystation Round 7 here with the Belgian Grand Prix. Before we start the video, big shout out to a guy called Rimsey. He's been making the graphics this week for FormulaPlaystation with the qualifying, race results, etc. with the standings. He's a great guy, really easy to work with, and he's also not too bad at F1. I believe he's in split 3 for F1 ARL in the Xbox League. So yeah, he's a great YouTuber, go check him out. I think he deserves a lot more subscribers, so link in the description to his channel. He's been a great guy and really easy to work with for this video. So yeah, let's get straight into the video. So we've got 22 laps here of the Belgian Grand Prix, 19 turn circuit. It's a very long circuit, so that's why I only got 22 laps for a 50% race. The tyre options available are the medium, hard, inters and wet. We won't be needing any of the wet tyres, and the medium and the hard, it's going to be interesting in qualifying on what people choose for tyre options, as there's quite a big difference in the tyres. So let's get into the qualifying. So this is our qualifying shape. That we've got Mini Cheddars on pole in his Force India on the hard tyres with a 1:45.775. Very impressive time indeed on the hard tyres. Liverpool locks out the front row in second place in his Marussia. Boss 996 in his Red Bull in third place. Kalish 1 in fourth. ESC Racing, a newcomer to the league who's replacing Right Box in Lotus in fifth place. Myself in sixth place for Ferrari. Snoop Marky in seventh for the Caterhams. Anton the B-Stage D in eighth place. JYY in ninth. Riggy Muse in 10th, Shaz B in 11th, and Tom 97 Minestrat in 12th place. Tom joined late to the qualifying, so he wasn't able to set a time, and Shaz opted not to set a time at all in the end. And Kalish D1, ESA Racing, and myself all qualified on the hard tyres in the mid-pack, so I think we did quite a good job to get ahead of those medium tyre runs. But again, Mini Chair's a stunning job to get pole on those hard tyres. So it's all very close in qualifying. It's going to be a tricky race. Let's get into the race, round 7. So here we are for round 7 of FormulaPlaystation here at the Belgian Grand Prix. It's going to be a very tough race, a long race, Spa, very long track indeed. 22 laps here for the race, and we've got Mini Cheddars here on pole with a brilliant time on hard tyres, which is quite amazing. So we've got views from myself, Kalish D1, Boss 1996 and Anton the B-Stage D this week, and now we're going to 5 red lights. And we are off. I'm going to use a bit of curves and getting a good start. Cal's had a good start as well, and he's going to go a tiny bit wide here on this corner, but he's still going to get a really nice first corner entry. And myself getting squeezed out by the other Lotus of ESC Racing. The game cuts my engine on the runoff area, and I'm down to 8th place and down to now 9th place as Chaz overtakes me. So a really horrible turn 1 start from me. Meanwhile, Boss is on the back of Kalish D after he goes wide through Rouge with the heavy fuel loads. And Boss, he's there. He's got a bit of curse left, so he might be able to use that later on in the lap. And Boss might look down the inside this corner, maybe, but no, he thinks better of it. No, he's going to make a late move as Cal goes really wide there. Cal struggling with the heavy fuel at this beginning stage. Anton B-Stage D, we can just see a Caterham in the background. He coming back on track, and there's been a lag barrier. There's been a lag barrier there. Lag barrier there from Snoop Marky, so Snoop Marky will be getting 1 lag barrier penalty point for lag barriering Anton the B-Stage D there. And let's look at an action replay here. So I'm coming through in this mayhem, and Tom 97 Feinstrat is smashed into me by another car. So a bit of a weird kind of situation there. So I'm down to last place. Cal has just been overtaken by Boss there on the first lap, and now we're cutting to Boss's view later on in lap 1. And Mini Cheddars in second place. So Little Paul has taken the lead of the race. So Mini Cheddars looks like he lost it. A poo on maybe going wide there. So Boss is on the back of Mini Cheddars, who's being chased by Cal still, but Boss going wide. He's going to get gravel on his left tyre, and that means Cal will be able to race up behind him, and surely he'll be overtaking him on this straight. They're going side by side into the next few corners. It's going to be close. They're going to have to keep it fairly clean here, going through the next left-hander, swooping left-hander. Boss both on the inside, both of them keeping clean, keeping out of each other's way. Boss just gets through as Cal goes wide to let Boss through. He just saw 2 cars wouldn't make that corner together, so close to each other. So Cal down to 4th place still again, and Boss chasing off the Mini Cheddars, but Mini Cheddars does have some blistering pace here as he qualified on pole on those hard tyres. So cutting to lap 2, Cal thinks about making a move down the inside at the end of the DRS zone, but he thinks better of it, so he's going to stay behind Boss and maybe make a move later on, and Cal nearly loses it there as he gets his car onto the apex. So down the field. I'm in last place, and I'm making some places up now on lap 2. We're going to go through Rouge, and we're going to chase JYY in the Mercedes. Going to use most of my curves here down the DRS straight. Should get the nice slipstream on JYY. Shouldn't be too much of an issue to try and overtake him, maybe into the next corner, or maybe the next few corners at least. So now, yeah, we've caught on JY in the braking zone. We've got a battle up ahead between, I think that's Mclaren, and the Mclaren goes wide, and they touch. A bit of a racing incident there. JYY shunted off into the gravel, but he comes straight back on the track, so no worries there. The McLaren just kind of lets me come through, really. I'm definitely faster than a McLaren. And we're going to continue this overtaking pace as we're catching up to Anton the Beast HD, and he's trying to overtake Snootmarky. They touch, and Snootmarky's been shunted off into the gravel by Anton the Beast HD. Penalty. That penalty will stay as Anton misjudged getting the undercut on that car of the Caterham of Snootmarky. So I'm on the back of Anton the Beast HD there, getting a bit wild on the grass there, not being able to control the car for some reason. And we're on the back of Anton the Beast HD. We might look around the outside. We're going off track a tiny bit. It's not going to work. The engine's going to cut. I'm going to surely have to let Anton back through, and I go wide anyway, so Anton's going to get the move on me once I cut back, as I'm going really slowly through that hairpin, having to kind of just kind of grind on the sausage curb there on the bus stops chicane. So now we're still side by side with Anton. I'm going to let him brake later. I'm going to try and get the undercut here onto the apex, nice as you want. I'm going to get the runoff on Anton Beast HD here, and surely I should be able to get him on the DRS zone going up through Rouge. Maybe thinking about a move on Rouge, but we'll see. So we're going through. We're getting a much better line through the end and exit of Rouge, and we should be able to get Anton even before the DRS opens up. And there it is. I open the DRS and just kind of storm away from him there. And I'm chasing after Chaz B now, who's in 7th place. He's a few seconds down the road, so I've got a lot of work to do to get to 7th place here. So now we're coming to lap 4, and Boss is coming through to Pouon, and it looks like Cal is right behind him, only a few seconds behind. And Boss goes wide. He's gone wide, just like many cherries did at the beginning of the race, and he's gone wide at Pouon, and Cal will be able to blitz past him into 3rd place. So Cal into the podium positions here. He's going to be happy about that, as I am down in 8th place. So that's going to be good for his championship in terms of defending and also attacking Tom 97 Feinstraat in the championship. And so Boss staying with Cal here on lap 4, and he's going to try and maybe do the same thing Cal was trying, going round the outside. It might not work, as last time Boss on the inside worked out for him, but let's see. They're going side by side yet again, and nice clean racing between these two, and Cal riding the curb there, but Boss actually gets a much better entry to that corner. This time the outside line works for Boss. Cal outbrakes himself, just about misses Boss 996. Very good racing for him to miss Boss, and he has to take the escape road. Slows down to make sure Boss gets back through, and Boss is back into 3rd place there. So we're coming to lap 5. I'm on the back of Chaz B now. We're going through Rouge now, using most of my curves here, and onto all of it, in fact, and we're going onto the DRS straight. We should have DRS opening the rear flap wide open. Hopefully we should have the speed to overtake Chaz. Maybe not into this corner, maybe the next few corners, but we've definitely closed up with Chaz. And so coming to this next corner, going wide a tiny bit, but having to counteract it. Chaz goes really wide. Going to try swooping around the outside, and it just about works. Some nice clean racing from the both of us, and I get up into 7th place. And so Boss on lap 9, he's going through the understeering right-hander, and Tom just taps him round. And Boss has been spun. Cal's going to get through, and we actually learnt after the race that that was a lag barrier from Tom. So Tom will be getting a penalty point for lag barrier, just as Snootmarky did at the beginning of the race. But Tom, this is crucial, Tom has 4 penalty points for lag barrier. So Tom will be getting a non-qualifying penalty for the next round. So Tom will have to retire straight away in qualifying for the next round of FormulaPlaystation. So hard luck for Tom there. So now we're going to lap 7, and I'm going to make my pit stop for the option tyres. The option tyres can go quite long here in the race, so going really long the option tyres, and it's not a problem. So I think it's a bit of a flaw in the game that the option tyres can go much longer than really the primes need to in a 50% race. But nevertheless, we made a pit stop, and we're down to 8th place, but I will be overtaking Chaz for 7th place anyway when he makes his pit stop. And unfortunately, this is where I actually ended up the race in 7th place, so not a great race for me in the end, but we've got plenty more action with Cal as he makes a pit stop now on lap 10, and he'll be having some more action later on in the race as he comes through for the option tyres on lap 10. So he'll be going for 12 laps. I'm going for 15 laps on the option tyres. So Cal going for a shorter stint on the option tyres. That means he'll have fresher tyres for the whole stint. So he should be able to make some overtaking moves if he has to later on. And it looks like ESE Racing and Tom has gone through on him, but they are yet to make a pit stop, I don't think. So Cal coming through, and there's going to be quite a large gap to me. I think it was about 20 seconds thereabouts, or I think, let's see, on the gap split, 24 seconds. So Cal firmly ahead of me, and that will be really good for his championship defense on me. So now we're coming to lap 12. Boss is making his pit stop from the option tyres, so he's gone quite long on the options for 12 laps, and starting on heavy fuel, so that he's done quite a good job there. He's going to the primes for the rest of the race, so he'll be on the slower tyre, but he's ahead of ESC Racing so far, but I think ESC will be on the options for the rest of the race, so Boss is going to have to watch out later on in the race if ESC is going to overtake him. And there Cal goes, overtaking Boss in the pit stop, so undercutting Boss there. So we're cutting onto lap 15, and Cal is on the back of Little Paul here. He's using a lot of his curse here, and in fact all of it, and onto the DRS straight. He should have the DRS flap. He's going to open it wide open. We're going to maybe make a move around the outside of Little Paul, getting on the grass a tiny bit, and Little Paul down on the inside. Little Paul's going to brake late. Cal's going to give some room. Little tapping there from Little Paul there. They're going side by side, still touching wheels there a tiny bit. Not the cleanest stuff in the world, but still they're going side by side here through this corner. Little Paul squeezes Cal onto the grass a tiny bit, going through the next understeering corner. Little Paul's on the inside, so surely he should have that line. Yes, he does. So Cal's going to have to wait till the next lap, and that's exactly what he does. So Cal waits till lap 16, and he's going to try the same move again. He's got half the bar of curves left, so he's going through a rouge. He's much closer this time to Little Paul than before, and he's going to use all his curves. He's going to surely get the DRS open, and he's going to overtake him straight on the DRS straight, and should be a kind of a simple move there. And yes, it is. Cal breaks down to third gear, and it should be a pass done, and yes, it is. So Cal into the podium positions. Very good race for him. You know, his closest rivals down in 6th and 7th place, so he's in 3rd, so that's very good. And also he can catch up onto Tom 97 Feinstrat in the championship. So Boss, lap 21, he goes wide of Pouon again, and oh, ESC Racing, he might be able to get on the back of him, and yes, he does. ESC Racing's overtaken Boss there, as Boss went wide at Pouon, but Boss is still going to keep on the back of ESC Racing and maybe try and do something, but ESC Racing on those option tyres is really storming away here, and Boss going to go wide again, and he's going to put gravel on his tyres there. So Boss, really, his race is over there. He's going to have to settle for 6th place there. So Cal comes home in a nice 3rd place podium position there. Boss comes home in 6th place, so an okay race for him. Myself, a dismal race in 7th place, not what I wanted at all. And Nanton, the Beast HD, comes home in 9th place. The results of round 7 of FormulaPlaystation. Minichairs wins the race. Congratulations to you, and his Force India with some blistering pace at the end. Tom 97 Feinstrat comes in 2nd place, only 11.8 down the road in Mercedes. Cal HD1 locks out the podium. Great podium for him in 3rd place in his Lotus, 24 seconds down the road. Little Paul in 4th, ESC Racing in 5th, Boss 996 in 6th place, myself in 7th, Chaz B in 8th, Anton the Beast HD in 9th, Snoop Markey in 10th, who rounds out the points, Ricky News in 11th, and JYY in 12th. It was a very, interesting race. I mean, it got boring towards the end. I mean, Spa, never the place to be absolutely amazing because it's such a big track, but this is crucial for the championship as Hyperdix could not make the race, so Minichos has got ground on Hyperdix after missing last round. And Tom 97 Feinstrat did a great job considering his setup was actually wrong. He got into the lobby in qualifying, and Codemasters trolled him a bit by giving him a Monaco setup that he had raced earlier in the day. So he did a great job to get 2nd place. Cal HD1 doing a brilliant job to lock out the podium for 3rd place. He's been really consistent this season. So the standings, Hyperdix leads the way with 119 points. Minichairs closes the gap to only 3 with 116 with this race win. Tom 97 Feinstrat 102 points. He's still a winning chance, and also Cal HD1 94 points. He could jump Tom maybe if he gets a really good 2nd or even a win in the next 3 rounds. So we'll have to see. Myself in 5th place, slipping down 68 points, really behind Cal off that dismal race. Boss 996 in 6th place with 61. Little Paul with 33 moves up above Neek with 22 points, who did not show up to the race today. Owen goes down as well with 22 points. Snoop Markey stays 10th place with 19 points. Riggy Muse with 11 doing well. ESC Racing, a great debut to the league, replacing Right Box with nice 10 points, already ahead of Right Box in terms of points that he scored. Nicky Motions and Anton the Beast HD both go down, both on 8 points level, and Chaz B on 6 points and JYY in 1st. So it's all looking really good in the championship. It's really close at the top, only 3-point difference between 1st and 2nd, and Cal getting quite close to Tom as well. So it's going to be interesting for the next 3 rounds. So let's move on to the constructors, and Caterham are leading the race with 138 points. Force India closing the gap with 122. Lotus overtaking Mercedes with 110 now, and Mercedes with 103. They were level on points last round, remember. Ferrari in 5th place with 90 points. They might have a good chance of catching Mercedes if they score some good points next race. Red Bull in 6th place with 69 points. Marussia Cosworth in 7th place, going ahead of McLaren, as McLaren had a poor race today, and they're in 8th place with 33 points. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video of Formula PlayStation coverage. If you did, give it a like. If you did, comment below, subscribe you for weekly F1. Tell me what you think of the new graphics. I thought it was I was really impressed by Rimsey's work there. There's some great stuff there, and I hope we can continue this partnership for the rest of the season and also for F1 2013. And there'll be a video announcing that league in the next couple of days. So guys, stay tuned. I've been aarava. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.